I want to thank you guys for joining me for another episode of Keeping It Real with America's Supermom. I am so excited about my next guest. I have Josie here. And how did we meet? We met because we both were nominated for Women of the Year with the Celebrate You Facebook community. So she was the runner up. And I'm so excited to have her here today because not only is she a phenomenal person, to be nominated with such a group of helping, networking, encouraging, supportive women, but she is successful in maintaining a business with quite a number of team members. I am just so impressed. And during COVID. So we're going to be diving into some of those topics later. But at first, I want to give Josie the floor to introduce herself.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm honored to be here today. Nervous as all get out, but I'm glad to be here. I'm Josie Edwards. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. I'm a transplant to Atlanta, Georgia, and I've been here for over 30 years. I've been married. I'm successfully divorced with three beautiful children, the ages of 32, 21, and 14. Don't ask. I had a
Mm.
sense of humor. But long story short, I enjoy meeting, networking, and hanging out with good energy. And that's what the women's group is for me. It's a network of women who are positive, who add to my life, and I get to add to theirs. And that's what makes me happy.
I love that. And you
Mhm.
said successfully divorced. And I mean, I think that's good to bring up because, right now, a lot of people have been in quarantine, they've been with spouses, and they
Mhm.
find out during this time that maybe they've grown apart or, you know, they just got tired of maybe the story that they have been telling themselves and they are in close quarters and find out this story is not strong enough than the reality that I'm facing every day. So, what advice would you give
Mhm.
some women out here who feel like, it may not, it probably isn't like I want it, but maybe it's not that bad. Maybe I just need to stay till the kids get older or whatever the case is of the stories. What advice would you give them about being somewhere where they're not feeling that it's the right thing for them?
Well, one thing I will say is sometimes we don't marry for the right reason.
Mm,
And some people marry for money.
mm,
Others marry because they were a single mom with a child. And I wanted a good, positive male role model because her father was not available. So
mm,
I stayed because he was ill quite a bit during the marriage. But once he got on his feet, I realized this was not what I wanted. I can do this by myself. I had done it before. I can do it again. And I stepped on out the door, paper sign, and I'm gone, living my best life. But you have to come to the realization of what makes you happy. And sometimes people see that as being selfish, and I see it as being a matter of you loving yourself. And when you love yourself, you have love to give to other people. And I would definitely encourage going to counseling first. I would not
mhm,
necessarily say Christian counseling versus traditional counseling. Find someone who will be neutral. It doesn't matter if
mm,
it's a male or a female, but it's very important to have someone who will be neutral and won't be on your team or his, but can look at things
mhm,
objectively, even if you have to go to counseling as a group. And that's good
mm,
too, because you can air your dirty laundry. The only way you're going to get help is to air the laundry. And if you're not willing to
mm,
be open and raw about what's really going on, just walk
mhm,
away. Save yourself the heartache. Chances are, especially if you have young children, you're going to have to go to counseling. They're going to have to go to counseling because your children have a tendency to think it's something they did. And I had to
mm,
let my girls know it wasn't them. It had nothing to do with them.
mhm,
You just grow
mhm,
apart. And sometimes you marry
mhm,
potential. You marry who you think they're going to be, not who they are. So
mm,
once you recognize that, because, as we get older, we grow. We should be
Mhm.
changing, hopefully for the better, but sometimes that's not the case. So you have to be honest about where you are. They need to be honest about where they are. And if you all don't want to meet somewhere in the middle, because it's not going to be 100% on either side, it might be best
Mhm.
to let your children grow up in two different homes where they're being loved fully than to grow up in a home where they're
Mm.
constantly watching you fight, hearing you fight over money or whatever the case may be. It's just better to have a house of love.
I
That's the
love
best way
that.
I can put it.
Yeah. I mean, I believe that somebody watching that really can help because, like I said, it's just these fairy tales, that we tell ourselves. And we're afraid,
Hmm.
what's the family going to think? What are the kids going to think? And, I love that you mentioned that you have to take care of yourself first so that you are giving, and having that happy home and that loving home. So I think that's a very important point to bring up. Now, so fast forward,
Hmm.
you're doing this alone, and many people or
Hmm.
women especially are like, how is she doing it?
Hmm.
I can't start a business or I can't do that because I'm by myself. What advice would you give them about being able to be successful in a business such as yourself and working a full-time job at the same time?
Well, prior to COVID, it was extremely hard to do. I did it
Mhm.
4 years ago on the cusp of losing a job. I was then
Uh-huh.
working at the same place I'm working now, but in a different department. So that
Mhm.
department was phasing me out. So I knew 2 weeks
Mm.
before I was leaving that I needed to have something. Now I was in another network marketing business and I'm big on network marketing. It's the easiest way for a man, a woman, a couple to become a millionaire for real. Now people look at network
Mhm.
marketing as if it's a, what do you call it, pyramid scheme. But the biggest pyramid
Yeah.
scheme is a job. The CEO is
Amen.
sitting at the top of that pyramid and you won't ever get there. So unless you kill everybody to get up there in 30 years, boom, knock yourself out because it's not going to happen. Okay, so
Mhm.
long story short, um, on the cusp of losing that job in 2016, 2 weeks before, I was watching a friend on Facebook who was posting
Mhm.
this gorgeous jewelry, and I was like, man, that's really nice, and I can't believe it's $5. But I never would say anything. I just watched. I was lurking and
Mhm.
watching, and I'm like, oh, I can't believe she's making money doing it, which is what most people think. There's no way you're making money. You're selling $5 jewelry. But contrary to what they believe, we are. We make 45% of everything that we sell. Okay. And while that may not sound like a lot, but when you really think about
Mhm.
it, the average person is spending 20 to $25 with you. And you do 10, 20, 30 people spending $20 with you. Hello, do the math.
Mhm.
And over
Mhm.
here, we have people who are doing that and becoming millionaires, literally six
Mhm.
figure,
Mhm.
7 figure earners. I know
Mhm.
3 personally who are two are 7 figure earners, and I know several 6 figure earners, and they've all done it in 5 years or less.
Mhm.
And I've known some to do it in a year, become a 6 figure
Mhm.
earner in a year. I'm not one of those, but I'm still working. But in
Mhm.
addition to that, I'm still working my job as well. But what made it
Mhm.
easier during pandemic is I'm not driving, I'm not at work all day. I am still at work all day. I'm just doing it from home. So what a lot
Right.
of people didn't realize is the pandemic has been bittersweet for me because I was getting up at 4 a.m., leaving my house at 5:30, driving to take my son to homeschool in another
Mm.
area, driving to work, working all day, getting off at 4, taking 2 hours to get to him every evening, and then another hour home. So I'm getting home at 7 o'clock at night. We're doing homework, we're doing dinner, everybody's passing out. I was too tired to do anything.
Mhm.
But when pandemic
Mhm.
hit, I'm not driving. I could get up at 7, not 4. That added 3 years to my life, per day. 3 hours, you know what I'm saying? 3 hours
I
per
know
day
what
to
you're
my
saying.
life.
Hey, and some years, because they say if you
What?
don't sleep right, it can
Hello?
take the years off your life.
Yes,
So yeah.
it can.
Mhm.
Because
Mhm.
stay in fight or flight. And that's where I was living in fight or flight.
Mhm. Mhm.
So that creates cortisol, that hormone that causes belly fat, and that is not your friend.
Mhm.
Hello, I have gained so
Mhm.
much weight being at home, but guess what? I had a doctor's appointment today, and she spanked me when she told me, "Girl, you might be diabetic." What? I was married to one of those. I'm not doing that. I already know
Mhm.
what I need to do, and guess what? I'm on it. It's official.
Mhm.
The weight is coming
Mhm.
off. First, it has
Mhm.
to start in your mind.
Mhm.
So my mind has switched, and I'm
Mhm.
going to drink more water. I will drink one bottle of juice a day because I drink
Mhm.
a product called Greens on the Go, which alkalizes the
Mhm.
body and helps your body heal itself. So I'm going to get back
Mhm.
to that. I have stopped taking it, which is probably another
Mhm.
reason why I was gaining all the weight. Plus, I have sleep. I'm a night owl. I like to
Mhm.
be up at night,
Mhm.
and I can get work done. I'm creative, but then I turn around and I got to be ready for work by 7:30, and I got to
Right.
be on until 4. And I'm
Mhm.
sleepy, so I nap at lunch, and it's just crazy. But anyway, get back to the business. I decided, yeah, I have these tangents, but I know we got time to kill, so I'm keep it going. But during this pandemic, before I left the office in March last year, we had 570 people, 540, maybe 540, 530. Today we have 752 a year later.
Wow.
Um, it's easy because you're at home. And when you get off work, I'm sitting right here. I can turn on my computer. I can post. I can do live video, which is what I do. I can have messenger
Mhm.
parties inside of Facebook. I do Zoom parties. So you don't even have to leave home. I've done pajama parties for jewelry. Dress up in my pajamas and put my jewelry on, and we sit there and play games and sell jewelry. I show you, hey, you like this? In fact, I pick up a piece just for fun. Girl, what you think about this? Isn't that cute? It's wood. Blah blah blah
Yeah.
blah. $5. Girl, I take it. I want it. I want it. I want it. This is a rocket science. It's fun.
Mhm.
It's changing lives. It's changing
Mhm.
budgets. People are paying for cars. People are buying homes. People are getting out of debt. People, well, they still traveling. People do what they want to do. I'm not here to judge. But for
Right.
other people, you know, single mom, I didn't
Mhm.
realize until I was closing a person, helping one of my team members close a person, that I was
Mhm.
actually paying for medical insurance because I had paparazzi. Because prior, oops,
Wow.
I'm sorry, because of my business. So prior to me having my business, I couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
that was an epiphany I had while I was doing the interview. So it has afforded us to do the things I would normally not be able to do. And I have a daughter who's a senior at Wake. She's getting ready to
Mhm.
graduate in May. Now,
Mhm.
she got scholarships. Some of that's still coming out of my pocket. Now, dad does
Right.
help, praise the Lord. But
Mhm.
I still have a big chunk of that coming out of my purse. And paparazzi
Yeah.
pays for that.
Amen. Amen.
Or PJ
Now, so
Bling pays for that. Sorry.
I love that. I love that because it's all about branding yourself, girl.
It
You know,
is. It is.
that is what I'm talking about. So this is good.
Mhm.
Now, so finding out who is a right team member for you. Because a lot of people
Oh.
they see the vision, growing the
Mhm.
business, but how do they know about the right people to get on their team? Because with network marketing, which I'm all for too, I have several different multiple streams of income. But
Mhm.
you have the people that you believe that, hey, we're going to the top, and they fall off. So how do
Mhm.
you know who to recruit to be on your team?
Well, they always tell us don't judge, right? Because in all honesty, the person you think that's going to go to the top, that's full of energy, that knows everybody, that's an influencer, you bring those people on your team and they shut down. And then you pull somebody like me who's quiet, doesn't say much, and I blow up. That's the way it works. Not always the case, but in a lot of cases. You want people who are coachable. If I ask you a you to do something. I'm not asking you to do it for fun. I'm asking you to do it because it's going to help you with your business. We want people who are hungry. If you're thirsty and you drink for every cup that comes to you, you might end up dead because you could be drinking poison. So keep in mind that I'm giving
I
you
love
something that's
that.
going to help you. I'm not trying to necessarily help myself. And a lot of people seem to have this mindset. They come over with that
Mhm,
employee mindset. Tell me what to do. Every day you got to tell them what to do. The first thing,
mhm,
my sponsor didn't have to tell me to do anything. By the time I
mhm,
joined, I had already been on the website. I had already read each and everything on the website. I had gone through all the jewelry. By the time my kit came, I had gone through the whole entire box. So by the time we talked, she's like, okay, I need you to do that, done. I need you to do that, done. I need you to do that, done. Leaders are readers, and people
mhm,
don't want to read. And I want
mhm,
to let you know that if you want to move up in anything, life, business, personal life, you need to read. You don't need to believe everything everybody tells you.
mhm,
I'm a firm believer
mhm,
in reading.
mhm,
So you got to be hungry. You have to be coachable, and you have to want it.
mhm,
You have to want it. Whatever
mhm,
your why is, like, I have people on my team that just wanted to be able to travel. Okay, you can do that. I had people that paid off weddings. I have a person who paid off a car. I have a person who paid
mhm,
off school loans.
mhm,
I got insurance, and for some people that's not a big deal. You might be a six-figure earner. Well, we have doctors, we have lawyers, we have
mhm,
people over here making more than medical doctors selling $5 jewelry. Hello,
mhm,
this is not a
mhm,
joke. It's easy. It's fun. All I'm
mhm.
doing is sharing what I'm wearing. Share it,
There
okay?
you go.
Share it, and it keeps on flipping over. But I share what I wear. You
Amen.
decide whether or not you want to buy it. It's not up to me to put a gun to your head and make you feel guilty if you don't.
Right.
And it's
I
to
and
me, it's
I
that
love the
simple.
price point. Yeah, I love the price point because, it's
Hello.
something for everybody. And,
Yes.
it's kinda like it reminds me of Dollar Tree. "Oh, girl,
Mhm.
come on in here. Everything's a dollar." You end up spending more
Mhm.
money than you would have at Walmart. Okay?
Girl, I walk in Dollar Tree and drop $100 like it's nothing because I need 10 of these,
Mhm.
I need 10 of those, and I'm like, all I came in here for was a napkin.
Right.
We
It's so
even have
true.
for men. I got this ring in today
Oh,
for men,
okay.
and they come
Oh.
in a range. See, this is what I do on my live. It stretches to
Oh,
fit.
that's good.
Oh, your man might like that.
I'm
And I throw it to him. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. Everything is nickel and lead free.
I'm loving
Let me
that
know if
it's
you
with
want it.
men because I didn't know that you had men's jewelry, so that's
Yes,
good.
ma'am.
Is it only just the rings? Do they have watches? I mean,
No,
bracelets?
we do have some bracelets and we do have necklaces.
Oh,
I just happen to
no.
have that sitting right next to me because I got a box in right before we went live. So
Okay.
I
I'm
knew it was
loving
in there.
that.
So I opened it. Yes, girl. I even have things for the little ladies, the little
Oh,
girl. I have
that's good.
bows.
I'm
Oh,
loving it. Okay.
yes.
So we look next time we have to have a little fashion show of the jewelry.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
Go
this is
live.
good.
Yeah. See?
So
Correct.
this is good. Oh, yeah, those are
Correct.
cute.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Now,
Okay.
back to the celebrate you community.
Okay.
You know, so we go through the whole process. You're woman of the month. You are runner up for such a organization. Talk to us about, what that community has meant to you and, where you see yourself going this year with it.
Okay. Well, celebrate you for me has literally brought me out of my box. Remember, I told you I'm an
Mhm.
introvert. I'm
Mhm.
very quiet. That's somewhere I don't have to do live video. I could just post. And the
Mhm.
post, the things I put in there, I try to make sure that they're helpful for people, especially women, because we tend to put everybody ahead of ourselves. And
Mhm.
that's what that doctor's appointment was for me today. It was an eye opener. You need to work on you. Celebrate
Mhm.
you teaches the same. We need to learn how to love ourselves. We need to learn how to care for ourselves. It is not selfish to take care of you. If you fall apart, your whole entire house is going down. And we all know that. So we
Mhm.
have to do things that are good for us. I go to massage therapy now. I go to, I had stopped doing my nails, but I'm starting to go back to get the nails. I buy my hair, girl. I just pick what I want to put on. Just keep it real with you.
That's
But
fine.
long story short, yes, I'm even doing floating now. Have you heard of that?
Oh, I've
The
heard is
float
that's
spa?
like the little machine you get in? Is it with salt or
Yeah.
something?
Yes,
Haven't
Epsom salt.
tried it, girl.
It is wonderful, and your skin feels so great when it's over. Oh my
Mm.
God. So I bought a membership. I'll be doing that
Okay.
this weekend too. And I love it.
Awesome.
To me, it's better than a massage. Float
Wow.
spa. hmm
Okay.
hmm
I'm at
It
the
helps you turn the world off, because
mhm.
we're inundated with so much information. It helps you cut
Mhm.
the world off for an hour. If you want to close the capsule, you can. If you don't, it's fine. If you want to turn the music off, you can. If not, leave it on. There's a little light on the inside. You can cut it off or leave it on. But if you cut everything off and just lie there and relax, you will literally fall asleep. And I have done it.
Wow.
It's wonderful.
Wow.
Absolutely wonderful.
That's good.
So yes, that's
All
what
right.
Celebrate You is about. And that's what it's done for me. And becoming runner up helps me
Mhm.
get out there more. Because, Lawana
Mhm.
pushes me. I don't know if you noticed it or not. But because I'm so quiet, she's always in my inbox. Oh, would you go over there and post that? And I'm like, really? So yeah.
You know
I'm like,
what?
you
See,
could
you
have
bring
told me that's what we do.
hey, that's the thing about it. It's a community of women that are helping each other, supporting each
Yes.
other because,
hmm
it is scary to get out of your comfort zone.
It
There's
is.
a lot of things that, we have a voice. And I always think about the people that want to say something, but they're scared. So sometimes
hmm
we have to be that voice for them until they get enough courage to say it for themselves. So I love that you
Right.
said that.
It's
Hmm.
true.
Yep.
It's true.
So, talk to us about your why and knowing what that is, because many people who are trying to get into these businesses, they want to make extra income. They're trying to figure out how they move forward. What
hmm
are the components of really knowing what your why is so that they can get the confidence to kind of move in a different direction?
Well, when I started the business, I needed the money. So most people start just because they need the money. Not all, just most. Some
Mhm.
people join for fun. Some women join because they just need a community of women to embrace them and help them see the light, so to speak, or a community of girlfriends who are positive. So for me, it started with needing the money. What keeps me here is the fact that I help other people change their budget. So it's for me, it's not about me anymore. That part of it, I love. I mean, I don't necessarily love selling, but I love sharing the jewelry. So it's not a high pressure sale, like you said. The price point is all that. I mean, I can find $5 in my ashtray. I could probably find it in my cushion. So at the end of the day, it's affordable.
Mhm.
And because it's affordable, you sell a lot of it just because it's pretty. You know what I'm saying? It's nice for $5. It doesn't look cheap and cheesy. It's really nice. So people don't mind spending the money. And I had another product years ago, another business I was in. The flagship product was $25, and I had to chase people like I was a creditor to get them to buy, and that bothered me. So I
Right.
don't have to do this over here. So if I lay all my
Mhm.
stuff out on the table, people pick it up. How much is this? $5. Everything's $5. Oh, this
Mhm.
so big and pretty. How much is this? $5. Everything is $5. And they keep asking because nobody can believe this product is only $5. And that's what
Mhm.
makes it easy. And if I may, I can share the price points as far as the kids are concerned. You let
Yeah.
me know.
Mhm.
Okay. So we have three ways to buy into the business. They are called your business kits. The first one is $99 and it gives you $175 in jewelry. The
Mm.
second one is $299 and it gives you $600 in jewelry. The third one is $499. It gives you over $1,000 in jewelry and lots of good little pieces, like props and things of that nature. And it's
Mm.
beyond jewelry because it also has bows and things of that nature. And that one comes with a ticket to convention, which is an annual event that is done in July,
Mm.
usually the last week of July. Last year it was virtual. Your
Mhm.
ticket is usually good the year that you join, if you join before convention, and the year after. So either or, you pick when you want
Mm.
to go.
Mhm.
So, and that, like I said, that gives you over $1,000 of straight profit off the bat.
Love that.
So,
And,
yeah.
and talk to everybody about the importance of that. I always tell people, we want to get a McDonald's. And, if you had a McDonald's and everybody was coming through the drive-through and wanted a hamburger, and you're like, well, come back next week for the hamburger. We'll take your money today and get the get the food next week. So, about the whole thing of having inventory, because sometimes people don't understand that.
Okay, well, Um, inventory, of course, is not required, but with your
Mm-hmm.
kit, you're going to get a few pieces. And more
Mm-hmm.
than likely, if you put those pieces out, you're going to sell them. So it is
Mm-hmm.
beneficial to take the money you made from that and put it back into the business. And you just keep doing that. And the great thing about it is we don't have a catalog because Monday through Friday, we get new pieces around 3 p.m. Monday through Friday every day.
Mm.
So even as a customer, if you were my customer and you went to my website at 3 o'clock, I won't say you're going to see a whole new set of jewelry, but you're going to see additional pieces that weren't there the day before. And,
Wow.
you buy what you want to buy. And everything is drop shipped straight to you. But if you are a consultant and you go in and buy, then everything's sent to you. And it's your duty to make sure your customers get their stuff, get their
Mm.
pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
your
amazing.
website is complimentary. Where can you find that? I
Good
know
stuff.
people in other businesses who have to pay for a website. In fact, I spoke to
Mm-hmm.
someone the other day that's doing travel, and their website is almost $70 a month.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Mm-hmm.
like, "How much travel do you sell to make that, especially in an economy like this with the pandemic?"
I love that. You're asking all the questions that a lot of people don't think about. They jump into things and don't consider the cost that goes into running a business, having a
Hmm.
business, and building their business. So
Right.
I think that is because you definitely don't want to stay where you are. You want to be able to move forward, have a nest egg, and different things that help you
Hmm.
as the economy changes or whatever could come down the road. So this
Hmm.
has just been some great, great insight. I love all the tips and ideas and mindsets that you share with everybody because I think a lot of these topics are very important, things that people
Hmm.
can really kind of shed some light on. A lot of these
Hmm.
topics we kind of, sweep under the rug and don't really talk about. So I think that is really good. So,
Hmm.
what is the best way for the audience to get a hold of you?
They can find me online at www.pj for Pamela Josette PJ Blings.com.
Awesome.
They can find me on Instagram as PJ Blings. They can find me on Facebook at PJ Blings. So I'm there.
Love it. And then what final words of advice would you like to share or anything that you want to tell the audience?
I would say if someone has approached you about a business, one of
Mhm.
two things is going on. They see the benefit that it can bring to your life, or they see you as an asset to their team and how they can help you change your life. It's actually a compliment. And even though I'm already in a business, I get people sending me videos in my inbox.
Mhm.
People see the number of people who interact with me on my Facebook page. By the way, you can find me at Josie Edwards on Facebook,
Mhm.
JOZIE. And people see that and come back and send me private messages. Hey, I want to talk to you about blah, blah, blah. I'm doing Mary Kay. Let me tell you about Mary Kay. I did Mary Kay for 9 years. I loved it.
Mhm.
But now I do natural skincare and makeup. I still wear it, but
Mhm.
it's not Mary
Mhm.
Kay. So long
Mhm.
story short, my life it evolved, and that's what we should
Mhm.
do. We should continue to grow in a
Mhm.
positive way. Read positive things, read books, or listen to Audible if you don't want to read. Invest in Audible. It's a business expense for me. So I
Mhm.
listen to my books, my educational books on Audible. So
Mhm.
I'm never in a place where I should be down or depressed. And I know I can be that way because there's so much going on. And when it's hitting you all at the same time, you got to find that inspiration because you got to keep moving. And as a divorced single mom, I can't take a day off. I'm always on. So with that in mind, I have to find the things that are going to give me the juice I need to keep moving forward. Because you just can't become stagnant. And learning creates a new wrinkle in your brain. It gives you something else to look forward to. So why would you want to evolve? It's to your benefit. If you don't,
Up
you become archaic. You become, what do you call them? Fossils and stuff. I don't want to be a
extinct.
fossil.
Yeah, you
Extinct.
extinct. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to be
Mhm.
extinct. I want to wake up
Mhm.
and be more fabulous tomorrow than I was today. Hello.
Amen. Amen. Talking my
Yeah.
language, girl. That's good. And it starts with the mindset. That is so
It
true.
does.
I love that.
It
Well,
does.
we just
I
want to
agree.
thank you so much, Josie, for coming on and giving us all these nuggets of
Thank
wisdom.
you.
And I encourage the audience, those of you that are watching, to reach out to Josie and look at the little, all the jewelry items that she has. Like I said, I was not even ready for the men. So the fact that she has rings and bracelets and necklaces for men as well, and children, and earbuds. I mean, the
Yes.
list goes on and on. So this is the way you can ball on a budget, okay? You can
This is
wear these
wood.
things. Oh, this is nice.
This is
So
wood.
we're gonna have
Oh,
her come back, y'all. And so this is the thing. The only stipulation is we have to have a fashion show where I can see the jewelry firsthand. So maybe I
okay.
can have some of the jewelry over here, be like, "Oh yeah,
Okay.
let me do this." Okay.
Okay. We
So,
can do that.
that'd be fun. But,
Yes, it would.
thank you guys so much for watching, and I encourage you to reach out to her. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments, and we'll be sure that Josie gets them. And,
Thank
you
you.
in the meantime, have a phenomenal evening.
Thank
Thank you so much
you.
for watching.
Thank
Thank you
you
for
so much
coming,
for
Josie.
having me. I
You
appreciate you
are
so
welcome. You are welcome. Well, guys, that is all we have for now. We will see you all on the next episode. Have a good night.
much. Good night. Enjoy your week.